the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Well, you remember that Uber driver that pointed the gun at the aspiring rapper on a ride from Miami to Hollywood? We have an update on the news as to what happened with that Uber driver who had not been identified at the time that that video was posted.
She got them crazy eyes.
Get out! Oh. Get out! Ooh.
Jennifer Benitez has since been arrested. We have a few of her mugshots here. She was first taken into custody in Port St. Lucie. She's then extradited to Broward County here. Benitez has been charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. She is listed as behind bars this morning in the jail here in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
So people in the comments were saying, well, what happened? What made her feel like she needed to pull a gun? Maybe it was justified. And I don't think any of that happened. You did see a good little bit on the thing, and what apparently had triggered it was she corrected the Uber driver on taking a turn.
You went the wrong way, and the person in the back seat just told you went the wrong way.
Right.
And then she started flipping out.
Yeah, look, that happens. I had an Uber driver the other day that just kept, she went the wrong way 3 different times. What am I supposed to do? Just sit there and
pay for the ride.
Yeah. Right. So,
and the longer the ride, the more you pay.
Yeah. I'm like, I just want to go home. So, yeah, interesting. Well, she got arrested, so can't be doing that. Although this is interesting. This lieutenant with the Broward Sheriff's Office actually retired early, all because of the HBO Max show, It's Florida Man.
Oh, no. What happened?
Jeff Mellies retired in May after an internal investigation into his appearance on the show, where he and his wife, Mia, who practices witchcraft, were featured in an episode rehashing a past feud with former mermaid performers at the Rec Bar.
A mermaid getting harassed by a witch and a corrupt police officer. I don't think that there's a more Floridian story.
The episode, which Mellies claims misled them into believing it was a documentary on modern spirituality, included dramatizations of rituals, law enforcement, satire, and a real image of him in his Broward Sheriff's uniform.
Oh, yeah, they don't like that.
It also referenced a previous lawsuit in which Mellies was accused of misusing police databases to obtain personal info on his wife's former co-performers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Internal Affairs found that he had violated 4 policies, including failing to get approval to appear on the show and accepting $500 for filming it at their home. While one committee recommended a 15-day suspension, Executive Command called for termination. Instead, he said, you know what, why don't I just retire? And he did in good standing. So
okay.
He said he was unaware that the show was going to portray him in such a way. But didn't you know what the name of the show was?
Well,
now it's Florida Man. What do you think? You not understand what Florida Man would be? They're looking at bizarre people in Florida.
He's retired, so he's free to go and practice witchcraft with his wife and put curses on the people that brought you down.
Yeah, I guess so. There you go. Look out, mermaids.
There's a lot of people who believe in witchcraft.
Yes, there are.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not a lot. There's some.
There's 20%.
No, that's too high of a number. I don't think
of women in menopause.
Okay, maybe.
I think it made me believe more. Menopause made me believe more in witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I really did.
I have noticed since she's gotten into menopause, Kev,
yeah.
she is more open to aliens and UFOs.
Yeah.
So
it makes you crazy. Menopause makes you crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lifetime Fitness in Palm Beach Gardens has reversed its locker room policy after a woman complained about a transgender woman changing in the locker room there. Florida's Attorney General James Uthmeyer also said that violates Florida's Safety in Private Spaces Act. So the gym owner said that he reviewed the interpretation of the ordinance in Palm Beach County and said they will comply with AG's legal opinion, while also remaining committed to welcoming all members at the fitness center. The AG has indicated that there have been similar complaints about other businesses across the state, and he intends to send out warnings to other violators of the state law. The founder of a wellness startup is accused of instructing employees to engage in sexual activities with each other, all to alleviate workplace tension.
Well, it's how you feel better.
I mean, my goodness.
The big O can certainly lead to more wellness. A lot of studies say that.
Oh, man.
This is another interesting trial currently going on in New York City. It involves allegations that staff were coerced into unpaid labor and sexual acts under the pretense of orgasmic meditation practices.
Whoa, that kind of sounds awesome.
It just sounds like they had a freaky, twisted management team
yeah.
that was trying to feed the beast of their own sexual desires.
Yep.
But if everyone's into it.
But if everyone's cool, I say let them play.
Former employees have testified about being pressured into intimate encounters, including daily rituals involving genital stimulation and BDSM activities with clients and investors.
Imagine that's how your workday starts and you got a meeting where you have genital stimulation in your 8:30 powwow.
I honestly still think our job's weirder.
I don't know, dude.
We've done some weird stuff at 6A.
Look around the cubicles here. You have to sit down with these people and genitally stimulate them?
No, you're right.
That's weird.
It is weird.
The
And
defense
highly illegal.
argues that the company's practices were consensual and aimed at female empowerment. Okay.
No, they're not. Not if anybody complained.
Uh-huh.
If anybody didn't like it, then it sounds like people in positions of power made them genitally stimulate each other.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. A young man in China was diagnosed with parachlamydia after accidentally inhaling chicken poop.
That is rough, man.
Oh my goodness, how would you like to have parachlamydia?
There are days and then there are days.
Where is it on you?
Well, I mean, imagine if you are just dating somebody new and you got to tell them you got parachlamydia and you got it by inhaling chicken poop. You'd be like, what?
I think you have to break up and say, I'm moving.
That might be a breakup, yeah.
Out of the town.
Is it healable or...
You just repeat everything you say.
I'm not- yeah.
How's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Seeping wound, seeping wound.
Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, I don't even know.
STD.
Yeah. Criminals are targeting postal workers trying to steal their arrow keys. That's the master key that unlocks the whole mailbox within specific zip codes. We got one of those, for instance, in my neighborhood where everybody goes to, one mailbox to get your mail.
Yeah.
And so they say if, these crooks are getting those keys, then they could just open the whole thing and take all the mail out of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are they bum rushing the mailman?
I guess so, yeah. They say thieves are obtaining these keys by robbing letter carriers, or some of them can purchase them on the dark web. Usually they go for up to $2,500, especially if you're talking about an affluent neighborhood that has this.
Dang.
Well, back at the townhouse I lived at, everyone would, have that kind of mail where, there was so many mail boxes there.
Mm-hmm.
If there's 50 mailboxes there, at least 3 out of the 50 is going to have something awesome in it.
Right.
At least.
Yeah.
Gift card,
Money,
credit card,
a package,
something that a
electronic.
shady person would love to steal.
Yeah, and they say, you just can't send sensitive information through the mail anymore. You can't trust it. They had 282 postal keys stolen in New York alone last year.
Oh my gosh.
So what
282?
Just in New York.
Then what can we do and what can we trust, Kevin?
I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
I just had my credit card hacked twice in 2 weeks. Like, what?
That's
different cards.
That's electronic. This is through the mail.
Like, what can we trust?
Right. Not a lot. Well, you can't trust this California police officer, Nicole Brown. She claimed that she suffered a debilitating injury on the job in 2023, but then she went to the Stagecoach Music Festival and then visited Disneyland while she was on disability leave. And apparently there was video of her cutting a rug at the Stagecoach Music Festival.
She's dancing around.
Yeah.
Those insurance people are in the bushes with the camcorder.
Yeah, but when that bass hits.
Yeah, that was it.
You forget you have a broken back.
She is facing 15 felonies and could get 22 years in prison.
Dang.
Yeah, they don't like when you do that.
Insurance fraud.
She got more than $600,000 in workers' compensation.
I always love those
Whoa.
stories. Well, they'll have somebody investigate. Oh, he said he had a broken back and he can't do anything, and then he's
Dancing at Stagecoach.
He's moonwalking in his front yard.
Yep.
Gardening, like lifting heavy bags of sod.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.